Hi, I thought I'd show you my stone wall effect terrain. Very simple to do. First off, basically, you can probably tell, but it is made out of polystyrene. Basically all you do is get a base, get a bit of polystyrene, so you sort of cut your base, any sort of shape, just put your sort of, whatever you're putting on, just put your things on. And then you'd cut little chunks polystyrene to represent bricks, so different sizes and sort of different shapes. Here I tried to make it look like the bricks have been worn over the years, different shapes, and sort of once you've then done that, is you then glue them onto your base using obviously your PVA glue, and sort of you build them up into like a brick. So you put your first layer of bricks on, sort of maybe a small brick and a large brick and a small brick and so on, make it look like a sort of a normal brick wall. And then you would then get your next layer, however many layers you want, and then you'd sort of do the same, but you wouldn't match up the lines. So where you got your two bricks joined together, like, you can't see my fingers, whatever, where you got your two bricks joined together, like here, there's a gap. So you'd put one brick over that gap and then carry on it, so make it like a brick. And then you sort of, I sort of did two layers, and I thought I'd sort of make it look a bit more better and just put your sort of bricks on top. And then obviously you go from there, and once that's all dry, you then come to painting it. And obviously what I did is painted it black. Obviously I haven't got no proper spray on the coat or nothing, and spray paint on polystyrene will melt it. So I just use my normal paint and paint it all black, which you could probably see if I zoom in a little. You could probably see just the black underneath like the grey colour. So you spray paint it black, and then once you've done that, you'd obviously let that dry, which would probably take half hour. And then what I did, gone over it with a silver, like a grey colour, to sort of like your stonework, your brick. And then but I sort of dry brushed it on so you can still see the black. And then obviously your silver. Now obviously I only got one kind of sort of colour silver. I would have liked maybe lighter colour or dark colour, a bit of brown or something to go in there. But obviously I haven't, so I had to do with what I've got, which I think from a distance it does look quite good. Anyway, and then once all that is all painted, you've got your silver, you've got your colouring, you then on the base, and sort of on the bricks and in between the bricks, you sort of put some PVA glue in. You can water down your PVA glue, it spreads a lot easier. And then you get all like your sort of grass, get your grass, like your flock as it's called, and then you just sort of sprinkle it over the areas, put it on the areas that you want covered. I tried to represent moss as well, so I put it in the gaps of the bricks. I could do a few more like in these sort of gaps, make it look a bit more realistic, but I think for my first attempt that is actually quite good. So like I said, from a distance it does look a bit like a stone wall, but then like I said, you put your bricks in, put a bit there, some of the stuff's come off, you can see the glue still, it's not quite dry, I'll have to go over that. But that is basically how you make your stone brick wall. So you sort of get your base, cut out your little brick, whatever, cardboard sort of chunks, look like bricks, put them on top, glue them, put them on top of each other in a wall fashion, let it dry, paint them to sort of whatever colour. If you want it like a house brick colour, you'd obviously paint a sort of browny orange colour, but this is like a stone brick. And then you put your sort of wherever it is. If you're setting like a sort of a field sort of thing, you put your green grass. Now I do want some sort of dead grass looking sort of flock, just sprinkle some sort of like dead patches, because grass ain't usually just sort of one colour, it can shade a little bit, so I want to look at a bit more realistic there. But obviously I've only got one colour of that, so like I said before, I've made do with what I've got. But that is basically how to make a stone wall sort of effect. That's it. I would show you, I tried to explain the steps to you. I would show you how to do the steps, but I haven't got no more, well, I haven't got enough to make another sort of thing, but all I've done is, I can show you one quick thing, is you've got a bit of polystyrene, and all I've done is you cut a little bit out, sort of, to make a sort of brick. Just done a little small piece here, something like that. Just tidy it up a little bit, just sort of, but like I said, you don't want it perfectly square, maybe a little shape, make a little brick wall, but that's a little part of the brick. Then you would sort of just then layer it on. If you can see where I just put that, you layer it on and just sort of make your brickwork and glue it together. And then as for the painting's the easy part. You just paint it on to sort of how you want it basically. And well, that's it. Okay, until next time, thank you.